Hello again, it's Tuppence and I've got my sea creatures mould again, and this time I'm going to use a square pot. I got this mould from Temu and I want to decorate the outside of it using these sea creature moulds, and to do that I'm going to use this stuff. This is a nail clay, a UV resin nail clay, and I got that from Temu, and I've just coloured it with a little bit of this green chrome powder from Let's Resin. I mixed a little bit of that into the clay and now I'm going to push this into my mould. Now I'm only going to fill part of this mould. That's what makes mould so versatile. You can use only part of them, you don't have to use the whole lot, and therefore you get lots of different shapes and sizes. But it will still give me enough of the pattern. Now this clay is getting pretty warm. The longer you handle it, the warmer it gets. So I'm going to try and stuff it in here as quickly as possible. I have put a little bit of Vaseline on the tips of my fingers and my gloves. That makes it a lot easier to handle. So because this is so soft, it's going to be a little difficult to get it out. Now I haven't tried putting this into the freezer, which you can do with air dry clay and the foam clay. That helps it to harden up a little bit and it makes it easier to demold. I haven't done this with this because I don't want to add any water to it. I would have liked to take these out of the mould while they were still in their raw state and then shape them around the pot, because it does have slightly curved sides. But I'm not going to be able to do that, so I am going to use my lamp to cure them. And they'll stay a little bit rubbery, which will mean that I can sort of stick them down. So you can see I'm using my silicone tool to smush this in as much as possible. If I can get it as neat as I can now, that means that I don't have to do any cleanup afterwards. And it also means that I'm not making this any hotter by using my fingers. So I've almost got this all smushed in, and you can see that it does look like a complete piece. Now I'll pop it underneath my lamp to cure. Okay, now I can get these out, and you can see that they do look like complete pieces even though I used part of the mould. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use some gold and some of the red chrome powders, and I'll dust up some more of the moulds. This time I'm putting the chrome in the mould, and then I'm going to add the clear clay to the back. I'll stuff that in exactly the same way, and I'm going to cure this underneath my lamp. It's especially important with this one as it's got such fine pieces. I'd never be able to get this out otherwise. Okay, almost there. That looks pretty good, and now I'll pop that underneath the lamp. Alright, I can demold this. So I'll carry on and use some of the other pieces. I'm using some gold and red chrome powders, which I've mixed together in a pot, and just the plain gold on its own. And now I can put another piece of clay in, and I'm only going to do part of this mould. One tube. I don't know what they call these corals. There we go, that looks pretty good. I do have a few pieces on the side that are overhanging, so I'm just going to use a pair of scissors and cut those off. And I managed to squash a little bit. This wasn't cured all the way through. You can see that this mould is much deeper, and I probably should have cured it from the bottom too. Not to worry, I'll pop all of these pieces on top of my mould and I'll cure them again just to make sure that they are fully cured. Now I can carry on filling up this mould, and by using just parts of it, even though I've only got one of these shapes, I can make it look like I've got lots of different shapes. I can trim off anything that I don't want to be there, and once I stack these and glue them on the side of the pot, I'll make it look like a different cluster. Okay, now I'm going to make my pot. I've mixed up 6 ounces of my craft resin. I use my Resiners mixer to do that. And I've got some of this dazzling diamond holographic glitter. And I'm going to put a very small amount, just 2 tips of this stick. I want it to give me glitter, but I don't want anything to be too obvious. I'm not going to be putting any colour in this. So I need to make sure that that is mixed in, and as I say, I've used my Resiners mixer, which is amazing for not putting in too many bubbles. I did just have to scrape it around the edges and the bottom for 30 seconds and give it a stir. Now to add my colour, I'm going to use some of this. This is Fusible Film, sometimes known as Fantasy Film or Croatia Film. This is the colour Peacock, and I got this from Turner's Art Supply Centre, I think it's called. I'll leave the link again for that in the description box below. I've already cut a couple of pieces to size. So that looks like I've got the right amount of glitter in there, and I'm just going to wipe off my stick, make sure that is nice and clean. And now I can pour some of this into my pot. I'm going to put a small amount into the bottom. I'm pouring it just on the centre part for the moment because I don't want this to go running all the way down the outside of the mould. It's going to be difficult enough trying to get this film in there anyway. I'm giving this a massage and a squeeze, trying to make sure that there are no bubbles that are going to be stuck along top of the pot, which is currently the bottom of the mould. That should do. And now I need to try and push this down into the mould. Now this film's pretty flimsy and it has a tendency to stick to the mould, so I'm just going to add a little bit more resin and then hopefully that will help it to slide down the sides. Okay, that should be enough. Let me just clean that off because I'm dripping bits over my nice clean mat. Okay, so I'm going to try and stuff this down the side now, and as I say, it is going to want to cling onto the silicone and the resin itself. The reason I've done it in these two large strips is that I kind of want one uniform colour, and I'm hoping when I put them in I can get it fairly smooth. I don't mind having a few ripples, but I don't really want folds or anything that looks too obvious. So I'm using my stick and my fingers to push that down and smooth it out, make sure that it is not folded or crinkled up too badly, and that there is resin on either side of it. I'll try and make it reach as far down to the bottom of the mould, which will be the top of the pot. Okay, that's not too bad, so I'll try and put this other piece in exactly the same way. And when I do get this in, I want to make sure that they overlap slightly, that there isn't a gap between them. I need this colour to go all the way around the pot, so I have made sure that I have enough that it will overlap. So it took a little bit of finessing, but I managed to get that in, and I'm thinking that it looks like it's overlapped and I can't see any folds. I can't really see through the side of the mould, but I'm hoping that is okay. So I'm just poking this around now, making sure that there aren't any bubbles and I can get that resin on both sides of the film. I do want it to be encased in the middle. So I'm just topping it up now and pulling the film forward with my stick so that I can get the resin to run on the outside of it as well. That's mostly filled up. I'm just going to smooth this around on the inside. Because this pot overhangs just a small amount, you do tend to get bubbles clinging up there, so by pulling it apart like this, I'm helping those bubbles to remove themselves, and that looks pretty good. This craft resin is a low viscosity resin, so it does degas pretty well. But there is an overhang on this lid, so I am going to make sure that I run that resin all the way around on the inside and then use my stick to try and coax any bubbles out and make sure that it is all covered. This is such a nice lid. It's perfect for decoration. I did use this in my sun and moon pot and it was so nice to be able to decorate. I think there's a lot of scope for this pot. I really like the shape of it. Right, just make sure there's no more bubbles left in there. And then I can use the rest of this to top this up. And it looks like I've pretty much got enough. I might just have a small amount left over, and that's okay. I've got a small mould off to the side that I can top this up. But it really is going to be a very, very small amount if I do have anything left over. So good guess, about probably 5.5 ounces for this pot. Okay, I can demould this now. The lid comes out nicely. I do have a very small bubble there, and I think another one there. It's right on the very edge. Micro bubbles, that's okay. I can fill those in with UV resin if I'm worried. If not, I'll just smooth it out a little bit. Now I can demould the pot. It's quite flexible, this silicone, so it's not that hard to demould. and I can twist that, and I can see immediately that I have some separation there. Luckily it is going at kind of an angle, so it's wider at the bottom than it is at the top of the pot. I've got a few folds. I really like that. That looks nice. But yeah, I need to cover that up, and that's fine. I can use something to do that. So here are the pieces that I have made so far. That I'm hoping to use for the lid. Yeah, that looks like that is going to be able to cover that up. So I'm not too worried about the fact that I have a gap there. And you can see that because this is curved, I do need to stick these around, but the nail clay is flexible, and that means that I can glue it either side. So I've got some gloves on, and I'm using the Let's Resin bonding resin. It comes with its own torch, which is USB chargeable. And now I can use that to stick these pieces down. And because my pot is see-through, even with that film, I will be able to shine the light from behind. So I'm going to put some of this UV resin, or the bonding resin, on the top and the bottom. And this stuff is really good. It cures after exposure for about 10 to 15 seconds. So all I need to do is hold that in place and shine my light in from behind. Just get my fingers in the pot there. It does look a bit like a slug, but that's attached now. I'm going to add a little bit more resin along the top and the outside, just to make sure that this does stay where I want it to, and I'm not relying on just two small pieces from behind it. And I can disguise that resin anyway. I'm going to be adding more pieces to cover it. So I'm going to pop some music on, and you can watch me decorate the outside of the pot. I've decided to remake my starfish because I think I would like this to kind of curl over the side of my lid. So I'm going to try and press this down onto the uncured clay and try and lift that out of the mould, and hopefully if I can get most of it out of the mould, I can bring those two legs that are not underneath that pot out. So I'm going to cure this onto the surface of the mould, I hope. Just pushing it down to try and get as much in contact as possible, and then that should stick to the lid of my pot, and I will be able to pull that out of the mould when I lift the lid up. That's the theory anyway. The trouble is that if I'm trying to pull the uncured clay out, it does stretch. Okay, so that's working. I'm trying to bend. I can see that it hasn't joined in the middle. Can I get enough of this out, or is it still too soft? Try and push as much of that clay against the lid as possible. If this doesn't work, I'm going to have to recast this lid because I don't know if I can get it out. Okay, that's coming off. It is caught. One of the legs is caught, and now it's caught on my glove. And I'm just going to try and... Now it looks like I'm going to stretch that. Okay, so I'm going to have to rebuild that leg, I think. So that's not quite the look I was going for. But that's okay. I do have the other one bending over. So I'm just going to take the piece of clay that came off and reshape it put it into place and mould it by hand. I'll try and curl it up a little bit, and then I'm going to use a silicone tool to push it into place and put back some of the texture that I've lost. Make sure that it blends in with the rest of the piece. And once I've got that where I want it, I need to cure this and make sure that the whole lot is cured. So I'll pop that underneath my lamp. I've got everything in place now, but I need to protect it, so I'm going to give it a coat of Let's Resin UV resin. The nail clay would usually have a top coat put onto it, so that's what I'm doing here, and I'm applying that with a brush, and I'm going to cure it temporarily with my torch, and then once I've got enough of it done, I will pop it underneath my lamp. I also did the same to the side pieces. You'll get a better look at that in the photos at the end. There's a QR code on the screen that is for you to scan and subscribe to my channel if you're watching on the TV. If you haven't, please do so, it's free, and I would love it if you could like, comment and share this. It will help my channel. I also have super thanks active and a wish list. You're not obliged to leave anything, but if you could, it would really help my channel and I'll be able to buy more supplies. Thank you so much for watching. Come back and see what I'm going to make next time. Bye.